Hi, Doctor Who friends. I am once again podcasting from my car today because, actually, let me turn my car off because I am getting ready to go into my workout place, and I have taken about 24 hours to think about the big announcement that came out yesterday. And I promise that the next video is going to be in a better setting. It will be in my Doctor Who room with my DVDs and all the stuff behind me, all the Doctor Who stuff. So I appreciate the people who watch my channel, the 4 of you guys who watch my channel, that you never complain about my background and my scenery. I'm going to work on getting a little more professional for you. In the meanwhile, you get me kind of how I am, which is in my car getting ready to go into my workout. Yesterday, we had an amazing announcement that the new series of Doctor Who, after the one that's getting ready to air, will be have a new showrunner, which we knew because we knew that Chris Chibnall was leaving. It will have a new doctor, which we knew because we knew that Jodie is leaving. And we now know that the new showrunner is in fact going to be a returning showrunner, Russel T Davies. And I don't know, the people that watch my video, I don't know if you understand the significance of that. So I'm just going to talk through my understanding. Russel T Davies is the guy who, I call him the OG. Like, he's the one who brought back the show in 2005. In the late 1980s, the Doctor Who show, which had been running continuously since 1963, was basically put on a shelf by the BBC, and they said, we're not going to be producing this right now. It's just not something that we're going to focus our attentions on. So it went into a sort of a slumber for a long time, for a while, where it just was not being produced. It wasn't being aired. During that time, Big Finish Audio Productions was producing quite a few audio productions of Doctor Who, with Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor. The current Doctor at that time was basically an audio format, and that was all that you could get in terms of new Who material. Well, leading up to 2005, Russel T Davies, who is a prolific television producer personality in the UK, he had a show at the time, was Queer as Folk, may have been his show. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. There was a couple of shows that he had at that time some success with, and so he was sort of up and coming, and he had a lot of good connections, particularly with the BBC, and he had always been a fan of Doctor Who and always wanted to see it come back, and he thought he could be the guy that could bring it back. And he created some relationships with some people to make that happen, and in 2005 he brought back Doctor Who with Chris Eccleston as the Doctor, and he was the showrunner for the next few seasons. He basically continued all the way through David Tennant's era, and then he left with David Tennant, and then, as you might know, Moffat came on with the 11th Doctor. So that's sort of the history of it. If you have the opportunity to watch some of the special features with some of the new Doctor Who stuff, you can see interviews with Russel T Davies. You can see him going about his business behind the scenes. I just have to say, what I love about Russel T Davies is that he is a man who clearly loves his job. And it is a joy to watch television that is produced by people who love what they do. And he clearly has such a passion for the show, and he loves working on it, and he loves all of the different nuances that go into the story writing. I think that people who don't care for Russel T Davies think that he has a juvenile sort of story writing style, and that it is hokey, and that he tends to go for not subtle action. You know, famously, Russell T Davies early on in the Christopher Eccleston era brought in farting aliens and thought that was hilarious, you know, and so we were all just sort of cringing at that as adult watchers of Doctor Who. But it is good to remember that the show is for adults and for children both, and I think children pretty much loved the Slitheen. So there's that. You cannot fault Russell T Davies for trying to appeal to a broad audience, and you have to say it worked. I mean, Doctor Who was at its glory days when it was first coming back there in 2005 through about 2008, 2009. There were spin-off shows. There was the Sarah Jane Adventures. There was Torchwood, you know, and so it's just like there was so much happening. There was shows that were being produced that were just about Doctor Who, and so they were like kind of Saturday morning talk show type things that were just about Doctor Who. So it was really, really fun to kind of go back and be nostalgic and watch some of that stuff in that era when you get a chance. So the idea that he's coming back and he's going, you know what, the next showrunner is open as an opportunity. I have some time. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do it again. It's somewhat unprecedented in the show for somebody to come back and do this. I know in classic there's Barry Letts kind of came in and came out, but other than that, like in the new era, certainly this is not a thing that has ever happened. And so it's really fun to kind of think about all the possibilities of what this new Russell T Davies era might look like. Now, I really love in his press release how he said, let's not time travel too fast to the future. There's a whole series of Jodie left to go, so let's give it the attention that it deserves. And I so appreciate that character quality in him where he's deflecting the attention and going, hey, put the attention on Jodie and Chris Chibnall and this era while it's still here, and then you can put the attention on me. I think that was a really classy move. I don't mind his juvenile writing quality. I think that's fine. What I did love about his era is that he wasn't afraid to explore romance and to explore some more contemporary qualities to the show, and I think we'll probably continue to see that go. I do like that he knows how to capture a broad audience rather than just going after very specific subsets of audiences. Please don't read into that. I do like the new era. I like that it's been a change. I like that it's different. I am a super LGBTQ plus supporter. I am a feminist. You know, there's all of those things. And so this has been a nice era. But I also sometimes wonder about... Well, you know what? Actually, I don't. I'm not even going to say that I wonder about a broad base, because entertainment... I'm gonna wheel back a little bit, because I think entertainment is important for representation. It's important that we have a example of good behavior for the people the mass public who consumes entertainment. When they consume it, they need to see good examples of behavior, you know, and representation is really important. So I do like that we've sort of had that in this era. I just really like what he did with it before too, and so I'm excited to see how he handles it this coming up time around. I'm circling the drain here and repeating myself, but it's only been 24 hours since the announcement. I had a great day yesterday, thinking all day about... I was so excited that not only is the show going to go forward, but it's going to go forward with somebody who really loves it and really loves the work. I was really worried for a while there that they were just going to stop the show altogether and make this the end of it. So it was just a really big relief. But anyway, okay, now there are people starting to show up and they're looking at me funny in my car recording a video. So I'm going to stop this now. We're just under 10 minutes. Next time I record a video, it's going to be an unboxing of this really cool board game that my friend found for me randomly. And I haven't even opened it out of its plastic yet, so I'm going to do that with you guys, and we'll sit in the Doctor Who room and do that. So be watching for that video to come up. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I would love to hear if you're excited. What do you think about RTD's second era? Somebody in another video said RTD2, which I thought was just hilarious. And anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. We'll talk soon. I hope you're as excited as I am. Long live Doctor Who. Bye-bye.